Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Israel's Ambassador Danon will deliver a statement. He will take your questions afterwards. Thank you.
Good morning. Last night, the State of Israel launched a preemptive operation against Iran's nuclear and ballistic missile infrastructure. Dozens of sites across Iran were struck with precision, and many senior terrorists in the IRGC were eliminated. This was a calculated and necessary action based on clear intelligence and carried out in response to an escalating existential threat. For years, the Iranian regime has funded and directed attacks against Israel through its terrorist proxies, Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis. Iran has fueled instability across the region, while openly declaring its intent to destroy, to eliminate the State of Israel. But in recent months, the Iranian threat took a dramatic turn. Iran advanced significantly toward nuclear weapons capabilities. Intelligence obtained by Israel revealed a secret program to develop all necessary parts of a bomb: uranium enrichment, triggering mechanisms, and warhead delivery systems. According to the latest IAEA reports, Iran now has enough material for multiple nuclear weapons and has moved dangerously close to operational capability. What's more, Israel uncovered clear evidence that the Iranian regime was planning a surprise attack in coordination with their proxies. They had planned to invade from all sides, with thousands of terrorists and thousands of projectiles. As you know, October 7 was a deeply painful and traumatic day for all of us. But the danger we confronted last night was of a different magnitude: a surprise attack with a nuclear strike, which Iran was preparing for, would have been terminal. Israel could not and would not wait for that moment to arrive. The decision to act last night was not made lightly. It followed repeated violations by the Iranian regime, continued deception, and an absence of meaningful international consequences. Meanwhile, the Secretary General has made last night a statement expressing concern over our operation. But I must ask, where was the Secretary General when Iran spent years arming itself while vowing to wipe Israel off the map? Where was his voice when Iran rained hundreds of missiles and drones on our civilians? His silence in the face of Iran's constant aggression has been deafening. We acted to protect our citizens. We acted to prevent a threat that would endanger not only Israel, but the entire world. We will not sit quietly while our people are targeted. Not again, not ever. Empty words will not stop Iran. Israel will. Thank you.
Ambassador, I wonder what an off-ramp looks like here. The Trump administration is still urging the Iranians to come to the negotiating table. There was supposed to be talks in Muscat, Oman over the weekend. What does a political off-ramp look like between Israel and Iran right now?
Well, we have to look at the end results, and the end result should be that Iran has no capability to threaten Israel. We believe the Ayatollahs when they threaten Israel. When they have this clock in the square in Tehran ticking with the hours until the day Israel will be eliminated, we take it very seriously. So we believe their threats, and once we got the intelligence that they're actually acquiring the means, the capabilities, we took actions. Please.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Ambassador. How long is this operation going to go for? And has the US sort of given you any indication that they'll be there to support, I guess, against any retaliation from Iran? And, you know, is one of the goals of this to wreck the nuclear talks? Like, what's the realistic end goal in terms of pulling apart Iran's nuclear program?
Well, we don't know how long it will take. We prepared the population in Israel to embrace for attack coming from Iran. Last night they sent more than 100 drones that we intercepted them. We expect more projectiles, and we are preparing the population for very intense days ahead of us. We will continue to act until we will know that we eliminated the threat. So, it's not easy. When you look at the map, you see the distance between Israel and Iran. It takes hours to fly there. And the fact that they put so much energy to build those ballistic missiles and to acquire nuclear capabilities in order to threaten us, we all should be worried about it. Regarding the US, we speak with our allies. Prime Minister Netanyahu made many phone conversations with world leaders, explaining to them why we did what we did. I expect this that the Security Council will meet today. It's not official yet, but we expect it to meet today at 3 p.m. And I will explain to the Council why we did what we did, and I expect the Security Council to understand the decision we took. Yes, please.
Mr. Ambassador, does Israel think that it has significantly dented Iran's nuclear program in last night's or early this morning's strikes, or does it feel that there's more left to do to eliminate this threat? And secondly, the Iranian foreign minister has said that Israel will live to regret this action. What is your response to that?
Well, first, we are still looking at what are the results from last night's attack. More than 200 aircraft participated in the operation, more than 100 targets, and we showed our capabilities, mainly the intelligence that we had, the whereabouts of the facilities, and what they were doing there. And we will continue to do whatever it takes.
On the radiation.
And on the Iranian foreign minister.
Well, yeah, so it's nothing new there. For years they are threatening us. And by the way, they have already sent ballistic missiles into Israel. So we didn't wait for them to have nuclear ability to assemble on the ballistic missiles. But we take seriously those threats. That's why we took this preemptive attack.
On the radiation, is there no worries that attack on these facilities, especially from Natanz? I'm from Isfahan. I know that area. There are populations there that could be affected by a fallout of an attack like that. Do you have any worries about that? There's also many pictures of civilian casualties, women, children under rubble in Tehran. What kind of message are you sending to Iranian people?
So,
Killing civilians?
So I'm telling to the Iranian people very directly that we have nothing against them. We know that they are suffering. We have seen the condition where they live. We thought the regime takes the funding for other things than supporting the people. And our fight is not against the people of Iran.
But they are dying.
And the attack was taken at a time when people were not in the streets, and we did everything we can to minimize civilian casualties.
And on radiation?
On radiation, I saw reports coming from Iran. I'm sure you know better than me. But those questions you should refer to the Iranian representative. Yes?
Besides diminishing Iran's nuclear capabilities, this regime change is undeclared aim also of this attack, or at least in Iran, for instance.
So the goals of our operation are very clear. Is to make sure that Iran will not have nuclear capabilities, and to stop the ballistic missile operation. And I will elaborate on that. They producing hundreds of missiles. They wanted to get to a position where they can compete with Russia and the US regarding ballistic missiles. So we want to stop both the ballistic missile operation and the nuclear reactor. One last question, please.
Just a quick question. This kind of like a vicious cycle, back and forth, back and forth. Ambassador, is Israel open to a direct talk with the Iranian counterpart, if possible?
We are a peaceful nation. We had no conflict with Iran. They decided, because the radical ideas and ideology of the regime, not of the people, to attack Israel. and to spend billions against us. But we have no conflict with Iran, no dispute with the Iranian people, and one can ask themselves why they're spending so much time and funding to send those money to the proxies and to build the capabilities to threaten Israel.
So Israel is willing to talk if they want.
We are a peaceful nation. You know, we signed many peace treaties with many nations in the region. We hopefully will sign more treaties in the future. But when we see a radical regime that is threatened to annihilate us, we take it very seriously. Thank you very much.